Welcome back. I'm going to talk a little bit about a post I put on one of my blogs, 2012crossing.com, in which I said that you have superpowers, so use them. And we often forget how powerful we are and what our full capabilities are. Instead, we dream of super people who can fly around and do amazing things that are fun to watch, but in a way that's all kind of silly because the reality is that this human body that we have has just an amazing gifts. Aside from things that we can do, practicing meditation, disciplining our minds, and opening up some of the internal perceptions, which are very possible, very well documented. But we have a lot of power. We can fly like super beings. We can get on a plane. We don't need to have a cape. We don't have to be out in the cold. We can be comfortable and we can fly around the country and the world and accomplish a lot of things. We can rescue other human beings. We can teach people. There's a long list of things that we can do. We can learn all kinds of stuff. You don't need to be into a deep meditation, omniscient, and all that. You can learn. You can use our brain. I mean, there are people who are very young who are just incredibly gifted. They have incredible powers, but we often don't use them. It's a matter of realizing who we are as a human being, the gift of a human life, the things that we have that we can do, the tools that we have created to learn, to grow, to help our health. All of those things are very powerful. Now, who's going to save the world? Is Superman going to come and spin the world backwards and change time and all that? No. The people who are going to save the world, we just go look in the mirror. We have been given all of this life, intelligence. In many cases today, you can have a beautiful human body that you take care of, and you can live a long time. You can know things. You can see around the world. You can use the tools that our brains created to literally see around the world. Internet, Google, you can communicate with people across the world. You don't need to have ESP. It's a lot more accurate if you just use email or videos or something like that. So I encourage people to just try to use some of what we have and to refine and develop those skills through training, through concentration. And one of the very powerful things that we have is our intuition. The intuition is something that's been discussed a lot. It's a part of our awareness that is beyond our thoughts. The thoughts, just like little railroad ties, just endless incremental process of learning. But we all know intuitively, again, just that there's something in here in our being that can learn quickly, that can grasp concepts simply, quickly. And there are ways described in many different places. I love the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali personally. But to learn how to quiet this mind, the thought process that's endlessly going, and to get to a place that's very simple. You know, when we're very young, we're babies, we learn so incredibly fast. Because most young children, in their consciousness, maybe they haven't developed their intellect very far, all that thinking, but yet they need to learn things. You don't necessarily learn just by thinking, by doing equations or writing papers. We have been given intuitive perception that can access truth and reality from within us. The reality isn't outside. You try to study atoms, and they have this big device now, I believe it's in Switzerland, where it's called the CERN Super Collider. And they spend billions of dollars in trying to shoot these electrons around and whatever, all these subatomic particles, to understand a single atom. And in our beings, we have, of course, an endless number of atoms. And what ancient teachers have said, teachers of yoga, the rishis, the yogis, the monks, people who practice this their whole life, has said that, look, go within, use the consciousness which is within you, it's not outside of you, to investigate the universe within us, the infinity within us. And that's again where we have superpowers. We have everything that we need to fix problems in this world. Collectively, when two people band together, is absolutely incredible. When human beings synchronize with the inner spirit, the deepest spirit, and then they synchronize with each other, the effect is incredibly, incredibly powerful. It can change worlds with concentration, meditation, synchronizing our being with something within. So I encourage you to see my blog. It's a lot more detailed. I can explain a lot more in writing sometimes than a 10-minute video on YouTube. But we have powers. We have superpowers. And if we want to train our mind and develop all kinds of psychic abilities and inner hearing and all that stuff, that's also possible. But using all our intelligence that we have, collectively, we've created amazing, amazing devices that allow us to perceive and accomplish things. And I call those superpowers, often overlooked. So we have superpowers, just use them.